Some people go on holiday, and some just don't ever come back. So this winter we decided to have a more adventurous journey up north in Norway, past Norway, not Norway. We went to Svalbard, closer to the North Pole. They say there are more polar bears than people. I was even wondering if there's even more snowmobiles than people. I wanted to visit a friend of mine, accept an invitation we got from a friend of mine. He was in the past one of my very talented past taekwondo students. I used to train him when he was younger. We have stayed connected through the years, on and off. But at some point in life, he came to a conclusion that living in the city of Oslo in Norway was something that he was just plain tired of. So he quit his job and he took on another offer and moved to Svalbard. And he's been there since that time. He had his normal life available to him, but he really chose to go remote instead. He probably wasn't running away from something, but I would say that he was running towards something that probably most people can't really name. Svalbard, closer to the North Pole, 78 degrees north, about 2,500 people. Who the hell want to live there? I can understand. So we went there to visit and we had an amazing experience, and we could really feel and understand why people decide to be there. And as some of you may know that's been with my channel for some time, and at least my inner circle understand kind of my lifestyle, my way of living, being very deliberate with you know, who you spend time with, where you roam, and what kind of work you take on in life. All right, afternoon, Friday, we're heading out for a hike to the top of the mountain, and just picked up a flare gun, just as kind of a safety thing. Not carrying a rifle today. I guess it's a hassle with the rifle at times.
A little bit. Maybe you get a bit tired of it sometimes. But there's so many people walking up and down there as well, guided tours and everything. So.
See people with guns all the time.
Yeah.
Here, so that's fine.
Polar bear risk up there is minuscule.
Yeah. I would just scare them away anyway, so
Yeah.
no problem. All right, we need some nuts. Okay, one of these. And what else do we have? We have one of these. One of these. One of these. Yep.
What do you think?
I think we are lost, but that's okay because it's so beautiful here, and we have a dog and gloves and
a lovely guide.
Oh, this is a beautiful landscape. It's, yeah, it is magical, especially the golden sunlight. We have the mountains on the other side. I love winter landscapes. And you love it too?
Du meinst auch bitte?
The sound of the otherwise.
Not too far, but it's still pretty good view.
Evening dinner, going to a place. What is this place called?
Marianne's Polar Rig.
Okay, Marianne's.
There's a bus.
Well, this is a weird outpost. It's like a little village in itself. But yeah, quite cute. More and more people than ever are breaking out of the norms, as I call it, and understand that something is off, demand clarity and truth from governments and institutions and even shadow governments. We can see that we are in a crazy time, and for the brave ones of you out there that have realized for some time that something is off, you have now started to, take on your own path and stand up for your truths and values, and not go along with the script anymore. You really have something to show to the planet, to be an example now, and to start picking the non-obvious choices and honor your inner strength and freedom and go your own path. So I guess we can say that society is kind of optimized for safety, comfortness and safety within a box, and not really liveliness or life growth or soul journeys in general. And within this framework, this mindset and this framework of living, most people don't leave because the cage feels comfortable and safe. It doesn't mean they're happy, so they consider themselves content enough to continue in the madness in some sense. There will be friends and families around you that don't really cheer for you to go out and reach greater heights and start to self-educate onto new levels. Many people prefer that you stay as they do and join the choir of madness and don't break out of family or friends groups. And that's kind of a sad thing, but it's a very common truth for a lot of people. So when life hits you with this kind of script that doesn't really belong to you, that's when it's kind of a good time to reconsider and make a decision to break out from the cycle of bad habits and maybe even relocate yourself, just like Michael did, and go somewhere completely different, which sometimes can be very scary. I've done it myself, but it was the greatest blessing. All right, new day. Yeah, we're heading out to just sit down at one of the coffee shops and have a light breakfast, coffee, and consider some YouTube clips and work. I'm certainly feeling that we get out of the daily routine we have. For people who wonder about this city, Longyearbyen is kind of it's the biggest space, biggest place, biggest town, most established. But there are two other spots that you may have heard of that is kind of getting some attention too. You got Pyramiden, the spooky one, where there's one hotel, basically a ghost town. So the second one is Barentsburg. It's there's more people there. I think it's about 300, I heard. Yeah. It's also a kind of a little ghost town, but there's at least life. Some people choose to live there, and yeah, small.
Russian.
Yeah, it's mainly Russian, some Ukrainians. Jurassic construction there for the kids. It's actually just, like my buddy said, it's like a symbolism of the amount of fossils that's been found here. It's basically like a Jurassic Park. I was actually hoping to see a dinosaur when we arrived here, but I haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, so this is one of the main quality sports stores, clothing stores they have here. I've been stopping by quite a few, three, I guess. So you get some premium clothing, which is important up here. Not wearing plastic shit clothes, but actual wool and stuff. So here we are, quite a cozy place. I have a craft of chocolates here, and some bakery stuff, and good local food, and good coffee. So I think we'll just find a table and sit down. I wonder if we should go into the corner. That seemed like a nice. And it's also a cozy spot for your knitting, darling. Starting the day with coffee, cappuccino. That one was good here. And we started the day healthy, of course, with the cinnamon bun. Yeah, we're not having food. We don't really eat much breakfast. That's the thing. We start a day in the morning with her homemade butter, ghee. It's always basically what the Americans love to call bulletproof coffee, but it's butter coffee, MCT oil, and yeah, that's basically our mornings. And we don't have any food until around 12 daytime. Walk after our breakfast lunch. Just want to stop by the lodge, Funkin Lodge. My buddy said it had kind of a nice vibe setting here for hanging out. Oh, pretty elegant and cozy space. It's obviously getting a bit hot in here with full clothing, but we're just having a quick walk through, so we're obviously lucky to stay with my buddy, so we're not paying for our stay. It looks like it could be, it looks like it could be one of the historical places. As part of that, it's kind of a, it's a series of hotels and stays in Norway. The historical. So if you get a hold of one of those catalogs, you will find very nice, more like premium, special experience stays if you travel in Norway. actually pretty bumpy here. We can see driving around, because over time it's like the landscape have shaped like these waves on the ground, so people keep bouncing around here. That's why it's actually better to stand up and drive. Tomorrow it's Saturday. We have booked a 900cc snowmobile to head out for a mini expedition with Michael. That's going to be cool. Just a little bit worried about cameras and stuff, but we'll see.
So you don't have to do. So you can get like a balaclava that you don't. So you have it in your neck and you cover your head a little bit. And if you want, you can also borrow this buff. And then you put the helmet on. So if it fits okay, it's too crazy.
It's Friday evening. Tomorrow is Saturday. We're planning for a trip out in a completely different reality tomorrow. Beautiful landscape into the Arctic tundra and the mountains on snowmobiles. So we're planning
it's a bit
clothing,
loose, but,
headwear, my tech stuff, camera. I'm going to use 3 cameras tomorrow. Probably my main camera here, if we can pack it in a safe way in one of the boxes behind the snowmobile. Going to use a GoPro, just loose out and about. Probably take out the microphone and get some action shots with that without making any risk of having it wet. And probably use my iPhone 15 using Beast Cam app. But yeah, so we're just planning clothing because, you know, it gets fucking cold. We got -17 now, which is not crazy. But if you drive fast on these machines, it's going to be pretty frosty. And, you know, you can risk of not even feeling it, so you can have your face off almost when you arrive. It's beautiful, honey.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need that from now on, so I'm protected against you.
Now we can actually do, I can do my proper kick practice.
Yeah,
Okay, but yeah, that should be...
I think then it will be tight enough. But
You know,
What was
yeah,
that?
you plug in this cable into the helmet and to the snowmobile, and it will be heated, the visor, so it doesn't.
Okay. Super cool.
these are one of the suits. Solid enough.
The astronaut suit.
XXL is kind of a little bit flexible, you could say. Unless I eat well tonight. Jesus Christ, this is padded. You know, it's actually like wearing a tent. Hello. We're hunting?
That will just protect
Yeah.
from polar bear in case anything happens. Not likely, but
No.
you never know.
What is this?
It's an avalanche beacon. So you can search for each other in case you get caught in an avalanche.
going on these 2 weeks around and like taking out all the traps, and then back here, and then go for weeks again. And they stayed in these small ones all around.
Okay.
All the stories about her like fixing curtains and all other trappers in the area, they wanted to come here when Hilmar was not here because he was a grumpy old man. So they came here for coffee and cinnamon buns with
Cinnamon buns?
Hillefrid.
Oh wow.
And she actually put, but he's Uncle Daniel, and then they built this one the first.
Yeah.
That's called Daniel Dua.
We are out, pretty far out in the wild nature here in Svalbard. I'm actually standing at one of the old trapper cabins, one of the more famous ones that has stories to it, you know. They lived here through the winters and seasons and in the complete wild, basically stuck. And there's even a story that can't remember his name, but the trapper's cabin here, and his wife, she gave birth, and he took off to Longyearbyen to get a doctor that was not available. She was just stuck here for herself, gave birth, 2 days alone, but she made it, as far as the story goes. So pretty wild lifestyle, but it's a complete reality shift. This is like being on another planet. It's vast, it's cold of course, but very pristine, quiet, lots of space for the mind.
I don't know what you expected.
And far away from the noise of normal society.
Now, of course, some people are built for remote and some people are not. And you might even be, you know, some of the people that don't even want to go outside of the fence. But it's not the point to go to, you know, to Svalbard. It's just an example. It's more about making the decision that something is not working for you and making a bigger decision to make a big change in your life. When you dare to step out, that's when you're going to get guidance and become more in the flow with the universe to go into new sectors of possible realities where you will actually have a life that benefits you way more than just staying in the same loop. Because the question is, are you actually living in an environment that matches your frequency and your energy? And the thing is that many people don't at all. And you are incarnated into this life and into a country, into a city, but that doesn't mean that you are actually continuing to live in a place that's actually meant for you. And I've said this before in previous videos, when it comes to creating your reality, the location you live in is a mirror of your inner state, we could see, your energy signature right now, your signal out to the universe. It matches, you're always in the perfect place, even if it's shitty. So that's something to keep in mind. And then of course understand that you can change your core inner signature of who you are so that changes and shifts can start to happen in your life. Just like you did with Michael, which is now living among polar bears and other seekers of adventures in life.
But I guess like people end up here kind of by chance, and then they either fall in love with it or maybe don't like it that much.
Yeah,
It's almost either or.
I mean it's quite common when I talk with people that lived here for a little bit. It's never really anybody that have planned to be here for 5-10 years.
Yes.
It's always been, yeah, I was here on vacation, fell in love with the place, got a job, a seasonal job, and then they've been here for 10-15 years. 30 minutes drive from town, you have a beautiful 1,000 meter peak you can drive up onto and look at the sunsets. It's quite accessible, the nature. So if you love the nature, it's quite easy to just end up here, I would say.
You know, there's a really good offer for recreational activities and cultural life concerts and everything. There's a lot of stuff going on for a small place compared to a lot of small places.
Yeah.
Most people living here are in like a working age, and there's no old folks home, so you can't really stay here if you can't take care of yourself. So.
Even though we are currently living in a crazy time on this planet, I believe everything is unfolding perfectly. But among all these locations and places on the planet, there are pockets of stillness and freshness and positivity and close to what we could, some people call 5D reality, which we are moving into in a way. 5D reality is just a way, to express the new Earth and what's coming on this planet. There are those places, and going remote to locations and places that is not consumed by devices and consumerism and a rat race, they still exist, and yes, you do have some choices. So maybe we can say that my buddy Michael, maybe he didn't necessarily find the purpose in Svalbard, but he certainly discovered what he was made of and what he was capable of, and to put himself into a new reality where he could become more of himself. Where did you get these?
I bought it on Facebook. I need it for my upcoming Easter holiday.
Well, you live here, you need jerry cans, of course.
It was a pretty good deal. He sold 6 of them.
How much did you pay for 6 jerry cans?
1,000 kroners.
Okay.
Total.
For our experience coming into Svalbard, it was magical, I would say. Very pristine landscape, flying over the mountains, coming into Longyearbyen before landing. Very majestic, beautiful. It was certainly a different reality coming there. It was interesting to see the amount of people from different walks of life and from different places on the planet. People coming there to reset their lives. Many people never leaving again, now having a greater life than they had on the mainland or in the country they came from. At last, now I actually wonder, you as a viewer, what would you choose if the most comfortable choice for you was actually not on the table and available? Leave a comment on that and then tell me, where would you go? How would you handle it? Thank you for watching. It was fun to have you here, and I hope it was a little bit interesting with this trip. We're having another trip coming up very soon, new country, for pleasure, but I'm going to talk about another topic when we arrive. We're going to see that in the next video. See you then.